How am I supposed to get a bracelet on any of them if they can't even pull their hands out of their pockets to hug me, Sam? You were able to touch him, though, right? Yeah, I was able to hug him, but not the other way. He looked awful. They all do. Maybe one of us can get the bracelet on. Maybe if you just have physical contact with them, it will work. It's worth a shot anyway. I wonder if it's going to be the same with the twins or if you won't be able to touch them at all. This is so stupid. I huff through the link. Bright side. Birthdays are coming up, and no one can get in the way of that. 18, baby. You want to bet? And I will not be 18. We always celebrate together. It's an us thing. Always has been. I was not a part of that us thing for 14 years, remember? Nope. I don't remember anything of the sort. You have been around since the dawn of time. You were just the silent partner for a really long time. Now you have your voice, and silent isn't even in your vocabulary. You are stupid, but I love you. You will have fun no matter what. It's my birthday. Everyone else can right the fuck off. If we have to, we will party at your house in the backyard. I just want to be with all of my friends for my 18th. Is that so much to ask? Once a diva, always a diva. This is happening, Sky. It has to. All his playfulness is gone. This one is important. You know that. I know that. Everyone knows that. Does it surprise you that all this shit is going down right as all of us are about to come of age? Yeah, I thought about that too. Not just the crap with Kaylee, though. Everything. All the attacks, the alpha going crazy, tons of new people coming into the pack, all of it. This is big. We just have to keep everyone safe until this all blows over then. Which means we have to figure out how to get the twins alone long enough for someone to get those bracelets on them and for me to set the incantation. That's a big task. We'll figure it out. Go sleep. You are running on none right now. I do as he asks for once, and head straight to the house. Wyatt and Nathaniel are eating before Wyatt heads to patrols, and Nathaniel heads to help with the next training session. Perfect. We didn't miss you. Heard a rumor today and think you should check it out. Nathaniel stops me as I walk by the island. What's up? Rumor is the Alpha enjoyed the spectacle of the trails so much that he wants to run something like that again. But no other packs will come here with the threat of the rogues, so he is going to do some kind of mock trial soon. So what? He can run anything he wants. It's his pack. Maybe it will boost morale a bit, since everyone has been so focused on training and protecting the pack. It will be something fun to look forward to. Yeah, but we are pretty sure it's not his idea, because there is also a ball to follow to announce the winner officially, and of course it is going to coincide with the twins' birthday. He gives me a pointed look. That got my attention. Of course Kaylee wants a spectacle surrounding the twins turning 18. She thinks she is going to be Luna, and if she has them under mind control, that is exactly what is going to happen. I am so tired and I just want to sleep, but now I have to figure out what this is all about. At least I have a bit of a time frame. If it is set for the twins' birthday, then that gives me 2.5 weeks to set them free. Sam, Oliver, we have to talk. Little bit. I'm pretty sure the instruction was sleep, not overthink, and come up with more shot to do. What's up, Biddy? Such a suck-up. What do you know about mock trials and a ball to celebrate the twins' birthday? Now I have their attention. I explain what Nathaniel found because that was actually news to them, meaning they are being left out of conversations they have always been and should be a part of. We decide that we need to get to Mateo ASAP, and the best way to do that would be during patrols, so Nathaniel can be our lookout on the cameras, as well as Gina and the guys helping. I'm hoping that having Gina with me will help and not hinder our plan. I'm pretty sure Kaylee has been keeping Mateo away from her in the hopes that he will choose one of her friends. I don't understand how one person can be responsible for ruining so many lives and is doing it completely on purpose for a title. Sam said he will get his dad to shift the patrol schedule, but to make it look natural, we have to wait until the weekend, when a shift like that would normally occur. 4 days. I have to wait 4 days to save my brother. They seem to be the longest days ever. Gina and I have been keeping busy in the tiniest spaces of downtime that we do actually have planning a party for the boys. I don't know if it will happen at all, but the thought of something fun and just for them is helping us both cope with the very real thought that our plan has no backup or plan B. It has to work to save the guys in the pack. The pack was finally informed of the mock trials and the ball to follow. Of course, the kids who have no idea what's going on think it's great, exactly what I thought, marketed as a distraction for all the bad things that have been happening. And of course, with the pack being thinned out, all the pups and non-warrior omegas are still in the royal pack. It has become a bit of an elitist thing. Only the people here are strong enough, good enough to be here, the cream of the crop, placing the best of the best as choices for dates to the ball. The elite warriors, of course, will be helping to run the mock trials, and then are expected to continue providing protection for the pack while the pack members party to their heart's content. We are now getting all of our information via MindLink from the Alpha. He is too busy planning to be seen, planning defenses against the rogues, planning the mock trials, planning the ball, and his son's 18th birthday. In all my life, I have never known him to plan any of those things without his team and his Luna. He was always a team player, loves to take an idea and have everybody run with it. He was always encouraging, never assuming his idea was the best or the be-all, end-all. Maybe that was his downfall. He never, in my presence, looked at someone and just said, no. There was always the neutral, peacekeeping answers. I'm sure he hoped that if the topic was never approached again, it would just go away. This time it didn't go away, and innocent lives are being lost, and we are focused on the wrong things. We should not be having a ball to placate a fucking princess wannabe who decided to take by force what isn't hers. Finally, Sunday rolls around and the new patrol schedule was posted last night, effective immediately. This put Mateo and Oliver on the same patrol with Gina and I. We have to work fast, though, before someone discovers Mateo and Gina are together. I think that is the bigger issue over him being with me. Gina and I make sure we are fully geared up. I am not under the delusion that Mateo will be able to be freed as easily as Sam and Oliver. He has always put this pack first above everything, including his own wants and needs. He was always taught that the Alpha is right and to never go against him. That kind of loyalty is great until you have loyalty blindly. Then people get hurt. Oliver gave me a specific place to meet them on the route. He was afraid Mateo might lose his shit if he saw Gina and I both at the patrol house to check in. So we showed up early, ran to the location, and were just stuck waiting. Just as I really start to get antsy, I finally hear some noise in the underbrush. Oliver is being loud intentionally, and it's strange. Normally, he is the most stealthy of all of us. I wonder if my brother suspects something with him acting out of character like this. Then I see it. My brother's wolf barreling towards us at full speed. Not good, 'cause he looks pissed. Incoming, Biddy. I think he can smell Gina or you or both of you. I don't know if Mateo has control right now. We got him, is all I have time to reply as I let Gina know. Come here, baby, she whispers, and I pack that away for later as she shifts just in time for his wolf to collide with hers. They are all teeth and fur, flailing, snapping, biting, throwing. His wolf keeps grabbing her forelegs in his mouth and flipping her to her back, but then releasing her. Like they are playing, not fighting for dominance. Gina, I need him human for this to work. Can you get him to shift? How do you expect me to do that? I can't mind link him, dumbass. Try shifting first, see if he'll mimic. I suggest wildly. They are just rolling and fighting, and the look in his wolf's eyes is devastating. He looks like he is in pain. They roll again, and he looks like he is going to take dominance again. She shifts mid-roll and lands flat on her back in her human form. His wolf straddled her, open maw over her throat, all teeth bared. She just stares up at him defiantly. I'm not sure if her look is more taunting or accepting, but it's disturbing on all levels. He doesn't clamp down, though. Just breathes, the steam billowing from his nose, hot breath leaving a visible moisture on her neck. Then I hear bones start to crack and see a shimmer as his body slowly shifts back. I've never watched a shift like this before. It is beautiful and terrifying. Every joint bends at an odd angle, starting from his spine and working out to his limbs. His hair retracts, eyes close, and head throws back as his face transforms. When he's done, he left kneeling over Gina, still panting and looking at her wide-eyed and angry. "Let us help you," she whispers and moves to touch his face. He turns his head away and out of her reach, but doesn't move to get off of her. Still fighting some kind of internal struggle, he whimpers again. While he's not looking directly at her, she makes eye contact with me. It's time. I tell Oliver to be ready. We are going to need him to help hold my brother still. Oliver runs forward out of the trees. Gina lifts her hips and thrusts them over to reverse positions, grabbing both his wrists and landing them in Oliver's lap, where he grabs Mateo in a headlock and pins one arm. I race for the other, taking a flying slap to the face in the process, but I manage to get the bracelet on his wrist and tight. He cries out in pain at my touch. I start my incantation. He's still bucking wildly under the weight of the three of us. "You have to repeat it," I shout at him. "Look at Oliver and repeat my words. Talk to him, please." I am crying, ugly tears streaking down my cheeks. Whatever spell is on him, he's trying to harm himself to get away from me, and my heart breaks at this fragile sight of my brother. I don't let go of his wrist, waiting for the now familiar burn of the tattoo on my wrist. With everything in my life, the one constant thing has been my brother and his strength, his physical presence, and right now he just looks wild-eyed and broken, whimpering and crying right along with me. Then white-hot pain shoots up from his hand to mine. He looks at me and is truly terrified, but I'm not. He's free. I know as the half-moon bands form around my wrist just inside Sam's. There's a sudden jerk from Oliver, then Mateo's back arches, eyes smashed shut. He lets out a feral growl, then collapses under Gina. He is completely limp and barely breathing. I bow my head and pray to the moon goddess that he's okay. He has to be okay. Because if he's not, then the twins won't be either, and I don't know if I can lose the three of them all over again. We all just sit, not speaking or looking anywhere but my brother's face. Then he shoots up to a sitting position, sucking in air like he was drowning. He tucks his head into the crook of Gina's neck, and she wraps her arms around him. She lets him sit like that, catching his breath, and Oliver and I just sit waiting for what he might do next. "Nice of you to join us, Beta," she says into his hair before letting go and getting up slowly. "Oh, that sucked." He looks at the bracelet and the new tattoo. "How the hell are we going to get Cam and Coda? It took 3 of you just for me." "It will be all hands on deck, 'cause I think I have to get them together. Not one at a time. They feel everything the other is going through, and it might not work if they aren't together. And I can't risk Kaylee knowing or finding out if their reaction is the same or worse than Mateo's. But how do we do that?" Mateo was ready to tear us to shreds. "That's because that is the new order. It's why we've been trying to stay away. You are to be captured and placed in a holding cell." "I never got those orders." Oliver looks shocked. "No offense, but Kevin doesn't care about you or your connection to Sky. Although, if he was smart, he would, seeing how this played out." Mateo rolls his eyes. "Whatever we do, we are running out of time. There is only 2 weeks until their birthday." Mateo walks to me and wraps me in the biggest bear hug that almost crushes my rib cage, but I couldn't care less. It is one of the best feelings in the world. "We will figure this out, Shorty. Just keep fighting. Never stop fighting. I'm pretty sure it's the only way any of us are going to survive this." We say our goodbyes and finish running our patrols. I try to check in with Osiston and Nicholas. I get no response, but I feel like they got the message, and they just can't respond. It doesn't feel like they are blocking me, but who knows? I hate not knowing what is going on outside the pack. It's like we are on an island and completely cut off from the outside world. Which makes no sense since our warrior links should span across any distance. I need to figure out how to contact Elena. There are a lot of unanswered magical questions I have, and I can't just keep using magic blindly. I'm lucky that all the guys and I have gotten were unexpected tattoos out of this protection spell. I know magic can be volatile if used incorrectly, and I am not a born caster, so there has to be some limit to what I can or should be doing. It feels like a disrespect to the craft to just go about willy-nilly casting when I don't know the expected outcomes. She has a phone, but rarely uses it or checks text messages, apparently. There are just too many obstacles right now, and it is so frustrating. Gina and I head over to the training grounds. I'm starting to feel like this never-ending cycle might break me. We are all just going through the motions. Even training has lost its appeal when it used to be my outlet. Lil saunters up to us. So, did we gain a club member? Never mind, she does not hide her elevator eyes. The way you two look, either we did or we have 10 new prisoners to question after a massive fight. She laughs at her own joke. You're an idiot. Gina smiles. And yes, we got our latest club member. Now I need some sleep. Let me know if you come up with anything. We both nod and watch her walk away, but I notice a little more pep in her step. Delta Kale walks to the front of the training before we start and holds his hands up, getting everyone's attention. So you all know we are going to do a mock trial, something the Alpha thinks would be fun for everyone who is stuck here while we wait for word on the Rogue King. What does he mean, wait for word? And there isn't really anything fun about trials. This is not Delta Kyle talking. I'm so tired of listening to puppets. I take a deep breath and let it out slowly, but apparently not very quietly, because he looks right at me and pins me with a stare. But it's not an angry or aggressive stare. He knows why I'm huffing, and he can't talk to me through the mind link either. Man, I really want to punch that bitch in the face. It's not enough she's hijacking the whole pack. She's got to take every single person I care about away from me. Like the last 2 years, you will run through a series of obstacles and challenges. Unlike the last 2 years, participation is mandatory by all pack warriors. Participants in the lowest 10% at the end of each trial will be eliminated until there is one final winner. Our visiting elite warriors will be setting your challenges, and I would like to remind you that many of them are warriors who placed in the top 3% of the last 2 trials held in this pack. They will not go easy on you. He looks at me again. This time I know he's trying to tell me something. I'm half tempted to make everyone take up sign language with all this Camp Mind Link crap. Lil, he's trying to tell me something. What do you think it is? It's shady that it's mandatory. That's going to make patrols really light, which is not a good idea right now, but it's an elimination process. So people could intentionally suck to just get out in the first round and call it a day. It'll only be the lowest 10% though. The elimination process is going to make the whole thing take days. And what does he mean we won't go easy on them? We aren't going to intentionally hurt them either. We are all tired and overworked as it is. Maybe that's it. Someone wants our reinforcements down. Not just weak from exhaustion, weak from fighting each other too. What? Like working with the Rogue King? Why would anyone do that? We know 2 people who, it appears, would do anything to gain power. Why not sell out if the promise was a whole-ass pack in return? There won't be a pack left to control. That's the brilliance of the plan, because Kaylee and her dad believe the lie that the Rogue King will follow through. It's what I'd do. Get some stupid schlep to do the hard, tiring part. Weaken the strongest warriors, and then swoop in and collect the prize. I hate it when you make sense, and I agree with your crazy ass. This is bad. How do we fix it? One problem at a time, Midge. Let's save these boys of yours first. The lives of your future alphas are more important. We can talk with the team about the trials later. I nod. Just another fucking problem. I never thought of myself as a vindictive person, but I have found myself fantasizing about different ways to draw out tortures for Kaylee and her dad, starting with a silver-laced whip. The atmosphere around the training grounds is a mixture of interested talk and downright pissed off. No one is excited for these trials at all, like they were 2 years ago when I participated. But I understand. No one wants to be forced into competition. We aren't gladiators here for the crown's amusement. Oh, shh! Yes, we fucking are. I smack myself in the forehead and tell Lil my revelation. We need all of the warriors on high alert. We also have to plan this stupid thing in a way that doesn't seriously injure anyone, but also makes it look legit to whoever might be watching from the shadows. We walk back to the house fast, grab everyone, and head out back to the fire pit. I think we have gotten a little bold talking outside, but with the barriers up around our perimeter, I feel safe, and frankly, I am slowly leaning into the world of I don't give a shot. I also know that almost everyone here is a warrior. This is like being back on the compound with Stella and Jack in the kitchens. We have only essential omegas still here. And by essential, I mean packhouse omegas. Everyone else is safe and out of Kaylee's reach. I figure in one way or another, we all signed up for this bullshit. Wyatt and Nathaniel are actually excited to make the trial challenges. The idea of making it look hard but not actually doing any damage or harm appeals to their weirdo boy brains. I stopped asking questions about the things that lit them up a long time ago and just accepted the help for what it is, something being taken off my plate, because we all decided that the whole point was to keep me busy and out of Kaylee's hair. I mindlink Osiston and Alpha Reggie again to let them know what was happening, but still no response. I am actually worried now. I just don't know if I should worry about their safety or ours. I fired off a text to Elena letting her know what was happening too, and I completely flipped my chair over when she responded. Hope this one gets to you. I've been trying to contact you for days. What do you mean? I've messaged every day with no response. No responses have gone through, no interruptions while I have you. There's a barrier on your pack, I'm sure you've figured that much. It is blocking your mind link, as well as most technology. It's not my coven's barrier, you are prisoners right now. We are working on our end, but I need you to find the source. There is an anchor inside your borders. It will be near the centermost point of your pack, and with the size of the land it's covering, it will be hard to conceal. A pentagram with a candle in the center. The candle needs to be snuffed, but is designed to burn indefinitely. You cannot touch the pentagram or the candle, but you have to put it out. Any other cryptic instructions? Don't be a smartass. You will know what to do. That is half of magic. Trust your gut, your instincts. We have also found where they are keeping Gentry. Nicholas is planning a mission to try and get to her before they move again, and he's going to need my help. Elena, I will come to you as soon as I can get through. Be safe and watchful. Feel for magic around you. Sense for it always. That may save your life. Welp, who wants to help me with another assignment? I look up at my friends who are just staring at me. I look around and notice I'm still on the ground, sitting on my knees, chair toppled over. Midge, you kind of froze for a second. You good? Wyatt asks. Nope, but when are we ever good? Elena finally contacted me. We're under lockdown. That's not new information. Lil snarks behind her beer bottle. The magical barrier holding us in by a caster, or more likely casters, that aren't a part of Elena and Gentry's coven to hold us prisoner, is new information, though. That's why our connection to Osiston, Nicholas, and Alpha Reggie had been spotty. And the new assignment has to do with that, Nathaniel states. I look over at Gina. It's a pentagram with a forever burning candle in the center. As suspected, she spits her drink out. Oh, fuck. No, you have got to be kidding me? Not according to Elena. We have to snuff a candle out that is supposed to burn forever, that sits in the center of a pentagram that we can't touch. Sound familiar? She sets her bottle down and starts to pace behind her chair, muttering things like, not again, never again, and can't be happening. The rest of the team looks at me, silent questions in their eyes. I take a breath and decide Gina needs me before they need an explanation. I walk over to her slowly. Her eyes are glazed over. She's lost in her mind. We have both been doing so well since we have been here. The nightmares are under control. The constant looking over our shoulder and paranoia are not gone, and probably won't be with the job that we do, but we don't twitch at every little sound. Hey, look at me. We are safe. You have a whole team with you now, and Mateo and the rest of the guys. That's what I thought when my pack was attacked too, she whispers out. You didn't expect the attack. Now we do. And unfortunately for their side, the idiots running the show are Mike and Kaylee. We will end this. We knew he would come for us. Let him so we can end this. She nods at me, and I pull her into a hug. Then we turn around and explain to our team what we know about the pentagram. I guess from your description, it could be the same thing or at least similar. Nathaniel starts. And you're sure Robbie was telling you the truth? I nod. Funny enough, he was the only one who never lied to us. He actually tried to scare me off. And when that didn't work, he was an asshole, hoping we wouldn't want to hang around Tyler or Mike if he was around being a dick. He said that's how Mike is controlling his warriors. I wonder if it's the same for what's happening here with the alpha. But Lenny said she thought he might have been given some kind of herb or something. Lil speaks up. But if that was the case, wouldn't Midge and the rest of us be under control too? We were all living at the pack house when whatever happened went down. Nathaniel adds. Maybe it's the warrior brand. I mean, we all have some kind of magical protectant that comes with it. Maybe it stops or hinders magic set against us. I shrug my shoulders. And let's not forget that Midge is magic and could literally eat silver and poop it out like it was candy. Nothing affects her the way it's supposed to. Lil laughs and we all join in. You're disgusting. I keep laughing. But I think she's right. We have some kind of barrier. Maybe that's the reason your boys are getting the tattoos when you do the protection spell and we aren't. We already have our brands. It's basically the same thing. Gina absently rubs her arm. Even the partial brands that we have are clearly doing their jobs. Okay, so while we are on surveillance tonight, I will look for a place that can hold a pentagram big enough to control your pack. Nathaniel moves to get up. I'll help if it's inside we need to look for heat signatures and you can do both on your own. Wyatt jumps up too. Thank you for that vote of confidence, ass. Oh, shut up, you know what I meant. We are on a time crunch, and the more eyes the better. If we find anything, we can send Midge and the girls out to handle it. So now, how do we get your twins off the magic wagon? Lil asks. We all sit there for a long while. We should be sleeping, but I can't sleep. My pack is in danger. Mike or the Rogue King or both is at our doorstep and could attack any day now. And Cam and Coda are still victims of whatever Kaylee and her dad have going on. I shouldn't care so much about what happens to them. They have been hot and cold with me my whole life, mostly cold and dismissive. But when we were friends, they got under my skin and made me care, and I don't know how to turn that off. I can't knowingly let anything bad happen to them. The three of us throw a couple of half-assed ideas around, but don't really get anywhere, so we decide to sleep on it and think fresh in the morning. Maybe talking to Oliver and Sam will help too. They might even have an idea of where this stupid anchor thing could be. As expected, I barely slept, but what I didn't expect was Gina sleeping like a rock. Even with the thought of Mike coming for her, she didn't move a muscle once she was out. I had to shake her awake for patrols. Something is different today. The air is different, not thick and heavy like something bad is going to happen, but also not light and fluffy like something wonderful is happening. Just a change, a shift in the atmosphere. We both get ready for patrol. I strap on all of my gear, my boots with blades, thigh holsters with all my emergency healing supplies, my back holster with 2 knives, wrist guards with small, throwing knives, and my jacket with 4 extra blades. No werewolf should be carrying as many weapons as I do, but something about them makes me feel safe and confident. Elena said, trust my instincts, so I'm going with it. You're going to wear that to training and stick out like a sore thumb. Lil laughs at me. Nah, I'll look like a warrior who is in charge of the stupid trials. No one else wants to, because we all know it's stupid and a massive distraction we don't need. We eat quickly and head out to do our shift. When we get to the patrol HQ to check in, that's when I notice it. The honey smell that has always brought me comfort is strong and demanding, like someone turned on a burner and cranked up the dial on the fragrance. I turn and see my friend. How could I have forgotten? It's his birthday. He's 18 today. Oliver, oh wow, look at you. He's just standing there in all his man glory. His already rugged features are sharper somehow. His eyes brighter, tattoos sharper, and on full display in his cut-off t-shirt. I think he might be bigger than even just yesterday. He has this glow around him. It's like an orange tint I have never noticed before. Hey, Biddy. He breathes out and then smiles that devastating smile. Happy birthday, big guy. I walk over and give him a big hug. He wraps me up and I melt into him. He buries his nose in my hair and we just stand there. Okay. Stop groping my sister. Fuck, shorty. I don't know if I'm going to be able to handle you finding your mate. I laugh and let go of Oliver. He doesn't release me right away, though. He reaches up and touches my cheek with the back of his knuckles. The gesture is very intimate, and I am all of a sudden very uncomfortable being this close to him, so I take a full step back and breathe deep again. I had to try, he says roughly, still smiling, not looking ashamed at all about touching me like that. Wait, what? Don't be dense. We all see how you two are together. It's natural to think you might be mates. Gina shoves me in the shoulder. But I'm not 18. I won't know anything until then. Why do I sound panicky? I would be lucky to be mated to Oliver. Okay, I even think it's a possibility, Mateo huffs out. And let's be honest, there is nothing normal about you. Never has been, so you being able to sense your mate early is absolutely in the realm of possibilities. But man, seriously, keep your hands to yourself in front of me. They both laugh. That's not funny. I grumble and walk past all three of them who think this is a joke. Stop by later, we are going to grill out. Apparently there are traditions to try and live up to. She says over her shoulder, following me. When she catches up, she asks, What was that back there? What do you mean? You let him hug you, hold you like he's your boyfriend, but the minute he touched your face, you froze up like something was wrong. I don't know. Next to Sierra, he's probably the person who knows me the best. He is my best guy friend, always has been. I don't know how I feel about the idea of being his mate. Whenever I thought about mates, I never pictured any of the guys for me. With the amount of man candy you have just floating in your orbit, you've never thought about any of them as more? You are crazy. And Mateo's right. There is nothing normal about you. I'm going to take that as a compliment, jerk. We head to where we need to be and shift to begin our patrol. As we run, Gina and I both feel for the magic that is surrounding us. Then I realized, with the birthday and mate talk, I was so distracted that I forgot to tell them what Elena said last night about the magic and the barriers. So I mind-link Mateo and Oliver and fill them in on everything she said and tell them to do the same. Mateo thinks I'm stupid and reminds me he is a wolf, not a witch. But Oliver shuts him down quickly and tells him what to look for. That's our other connection, though. We are connected by magic or with magic. I think he might be overestimating our connections into something they aren't. I just keep hearing Elena in my head, trust your instincts. My wolf and I agree, Oliver is ours somehow, but I don't know if mate is it. I've never even had a boyfriend, so this is blind territory for me. We finish our run and meet up with Lil, where Gina proceeds to exaggerate the entire interaction between Oliver and I, and then she laughs at me like everyone else, who seems to think this is the most natural and obvious thing in the world, and I'm an idiot for not seeing it. I told them to come over tonight so we can grill and celebrate. We need some normal downtime. Tell Sam too. She points at both of us as she walks off. We walk into the training grounds with smiles on our faces, but that lasts about 2 seconds when I look to the head of the training grounds and realize hell has frozen over. Alpha Lucas, Luna Ava, Cam, Coda, Kaylee, and Kevin are all standing there looking like a picture-perfect family. My breath hitches, and I feel like I'm going to throw up just at the sight they present. And for a moment I think I am too late to save them. My heart actually hurts. There is pain everywhere. My ribs feel like they are contracting in on themselves. Midge, inhale, exhale. Good. Lil brings me back from my stomach-dropping tunnel vision. Look at them, I grit out. We are still walking forward, but stick to the outside edge of the group that approaches our pack leaders. I notice Sam, Oliver, and Mateo off to the side too. They're never all here. What the hell is going on? I whisper to Lil, momentarily forgetting that I should mind-link my asshole thoughts. None of them want to be here. Look at your alpha. If he balls his fists any tighter, his claws are going to go through his hand. And Kaylee may be in between your twins, but every time she moves to touch them, they shift so she misses. This is not them, remember that. Whatever they say, whatever they do, it's not their choice. How did you see all of that? Because I'm not in the middle of that love quadrangle. They know you're here. She knows you're here. Don't let her see you're affected. She will get what's coming to her, and it will be as public as we can make it. You are here to do a job. That's what she needs to see. Keep everyone safe and just go through the motions. Lil's menacing tone is dangerous. She's a little dark at the best of times, but for me and Gina, her protective streak is through the roof. The alphas and future alphas have been occupied with the protection and security of our pack and have been noticeably absent from training. They would like to see what we have been working on, and the progress the elite warriors have made with you all. They may even join in as a treat. Delta Kyle finishes his explanation. Lil and I look at each other and roll our eyes. But don't say anything as we move to a training circle to begin warm-ups, again staying as far away from the watchful eyes of my enemy as possible. What I do feel are two pairs of eyes drilling holes into the back of my head. Is it bad of me to wish that you would have seen Oliver right now and had that epic moment right here in front of them? The way Gina described it, everyone needed a cold shower after. Ah! Stop! I roll my eyes again and then smile. No, it doesn't make you bad, because I had the same thought, and funny enough, I don't feel guilty about the thought either. She smiles wide and wicked at me as she lunges toward me, working on a leg sweep maneuver. I should not have said that. She's up to something now. We get through our warm-ups and attack reviews. We all broke off to get water before separating to spar in one-on-one and two-on-one groups. Lil makes sure to move us as close to Sam, Oliver, and Mateo as we can be. I breathe a little easier. I thought she was going to put us in front of the twins and try and start with Kaylee and Kevin, although we are close enough to be within earshot of them. Hey, fuckers! It's been a while. Who wants to throw down? Midge here has been bored with one-on-one since she was 5. None of the 3 of them hide their amusement. So apparently, talking to Lil is okay. They were just banned from talking to me. Good to know. She should have thought that through, but I guess that's the point. She hasn't really thought this all the way through. Just reacting in the moment to things that make her mad or feel left out. I'll go, Sam chimes in. I cannot wait for you to see how fast I am, little bit. It's been 2 years, baby. He steps up to me. Hey, watch that baby shut. She's not your baby. Stick to little bit like a good boy. Oliver walks up and slaps him on the back. Actually, step back. I want first crack at her. It's been too long. Oliver, what are you doing? You are not the only one that can have fun with this. It's my birthday, Biddy. Just go with it. Then he winks at me. That is not fair. You can't pull the birthday card. I can, and I will. I'm making a point, baby. Oh, so you can call me baby, but no one else can? Yep, he pops the P. I am the only one who is 18 and has any right to even suggest you might be my mate, and I am just as sick of all this fake bullshit as you. He lunges at me fast, and I have to dodge his massive tattooed arms. I tuck and roll under him, then jump up to be ready for the next thing he throws at me. If what I say and do makes people think you might possibly be my mate, so be it. We can't live without you. We have proven that time and time again. Some of us just need reminding. Some of us are under a spell. I quip back. You were quick to pinpoint them. You were quick to sound jealous. I try to distract him. My mind did go directly to the twins when he was talking about all of them. It's just because they are going to be the hardest to break, and they have been at the forefront of my mind since we have been able to break everyone else free. Another swipe. This time he gets my leg and tosses me on my back. A loud whoosh of air leaves my lungs, and I am dazed for a moment. Oliver leans over me. I let him get closer. Then wrap my arms around his neck and my one leg around his waist, which almost doesn't fit, and I use the other to propel us around, so I'm now sitting on him about halfway up his torso. I have one of his arms pinned above his head. He has my other arm pinned to my side. I am at a standstill. He could easily flip us with his leg power. I am just too short for that. My knees barely hit the ground on either side of him. He extends the arm I am holding above his head, which brings me closer to his chest. Now I see he let me switch positions because he still has control. I can't let go of his arm. He'll just grab me and pin me. He slides me so I'm holding all of my upper body weight in the extended arm in front of me. I won't be able to sustain this for very long at all. I am so close to him now, our noses are almost touching. I narrow my eyes at him and he just smiles, that pearly white smile that says he's all trouble, but totally worth it. Tell me the truth. Was that day really your first kiss? Why is that so important to you? I deflect. Because the first time someone kisses you, it should not be to save your life. You deserve something like that to be special. So, there has been an issue with the formatting that I use to differentiate between the chat ractors talking out loud and when they are mind-linking. The mind link should be bold and in italics, and while it looks like that in the author center and all of my views, it does not seem to be that way for your view as the readers. It is something that is being worked on. In the meantime, I will place at the beginning and end of the mind-linked dialogue, just so it makes sense for context. There are many times when Sky is talking to someone and mind-linking others, typically with Lil when they are bad-mouthing someone. As the story reaches the end, this will be more crucial. Let me know if it is helpful or just distracting. Thanks for reading and sticking with me this far into Sky's journey. I appreciate all of you. Yes, it was. But with the brand, I don't have any desire to do anything like that. Nothing romantic crosses my mind. Would you still feel it, though? If I kissed you right now, would you be able to understand what it means? I don't know. I'm sure people have tested it. Lil actually said she and Wyatt did. I would like another chance to show you what a first kiss should be like. I think I might have stopped breathing again. I have no idea what the look on my face is, but clearly I am scaring Oliver, he backpedals. Biddy, we aren't mates. I don't care what anyone says, we both know it, but there is something here. And I will be honest, this is because I care about you, but I also kind of want to rub it in that you will always be mine in some way. I think it might get us the in that we need to save the twins. Do you trust me? I just nod my head, because I am curious about what it feels like with the warrior brand in place. He extends his arm a little further, then tilts his head up to mine slowly. I close my eyes and feel pressure on my mouth. It was closed mouth and gentle. I don't open my eyes until I feel two hands cupping my face, and I look down at my friend who just gave me so many things in a small moment. But then feral growls erupt through the training grounds. In a flash, Oliver and I are up, and he doesn't bother to push me behind him. He stands next to me, two warriors ready for a threat. Both twins are running at us, and there are yells everywhere, people scattering. It is chaotic. I see Alpha Lucas running after them, and Kaylee is screaming, but I can't understand what she is saying. I can't see Kevin at all. Cam goes for Oliver, who takes the impact, and they begin to grapple. Mateo jumps in front of me to catch Coda's flying mass. They tumble to the side of me. Sam runs in to take a place at my side as Alpha Lucas runs straight for me. There is pain in his eyes, and his movements aren't as smooth as they should be. Sam, let me do this. He doesn't want to hurt me. They set him on me. I will be okay. All of you are fighters. He's fighting this too. It needs to be me. He nods, but doesn't look happy, then steps back from where I am standing just as Alpha Lucas collides with me. We both go rolling, but he has me caged in his arms. I knew he didn't want to hurt me, but he is under command to fight me. Again, whichever one of them is controlling this doesn't know what kind of fighters we are. I can hold my own against an alpha, and alphas aren't supposed to hurt pack members. It goes against the moon goddess laws. Not everyone knows that, but when you study with Alpha Reggie as much as I have, you pick up a couple things. When we finally stop rolling, I am able to break from his grasp and run towards the first thing I see, the obstacle course. We weave in and out of the legs of the structure, then I climb on top, and he follows. He is agile and can keep up with me, but I have been doing this course for so long that I could probably do it in my sleep. We run everywhere, all over it, up, down, in and out. We jump so many times I can hear the wood start to creak from the force and his sheer weight. The thing is sturdy, but I am probably one of the biggest people to really pound on it, and that isn't saying a lot. Maybe it wasn't meant to have one of the biggest people in our pack slamming around on top of it. I jump and swing on the rope, climb, and go down instead of up. I can't allow him to trap me up there and be forced to make me fall. Then I run under the structure towards the opposite side, where we have blocks elevated on poles at varying heights, so it looks like a garden of metal and wood flowers sprouting from the ground. As we both pass under the center, the structure creaks again, but this time the creaking doesn't stop. Then I hear wood splinter and snap. The sound of wood thunking as the whole thing tilts to one side. I am frozen in place. Everything is in slow motion. All the training I did, the focus, the speed drills, strength training, and it means nothing as watching one of my favorite forms of escape start to crumble. is what does me in. Skylar, move! The shout and the shove break me from my thoughts. I am thrown from my place under the obstacle structure. I hit something with my back, then roughly collide with the ground. Then all I hear is a loud set of snaps, then a cloud of dust from the training ground floor as the deck of the obstacle course smashes into the dirt. A few yells and screams, then silence. I can't see anything. There is dust and dirt flying everywhere. I stand up, sore from my impact, but I can't see the Alpha. He was right behind me. He should be right here. Now I'm moving faster, adrenaline kicking into high gear. Where is he? Alpha! I shout, and I can hear other commotion around me. Alpha! Can anyone see him? I shout into the air. Naturally, Oliver gets to me first. Biddy, are you okay? Fine. Where's Alpha Lucas? I cut his perusal of my injuries off. Then I hear the groan. Alpha Lucas? I shout, moving towards the fallen obstacle platform. Now that the dust is starting to settle, I can see it's tilted to one side. All of the 2-foot-thick support structures snapped and bent at odd angles. That shouldn't be possible. Those should not be the weak breaking points. Focus, Sky. I shake my head. The platform decking is all splintered too, sharp wooden spears sticking out everywhere. The groan again, then I see a hand reaching out from under the decking. There! Help me! He's trapped! Oliver and I race forward. I touch the Alpha's hand and it moves. Renewed endurance surges through me. We have to get this off of him now. He's hurt. I hear footsteps near me, then hands all around to slowly lift the fallen piece of planking. I slide under to assess his injuries as they move the boards. We don't want to pin him down worse by tilting it wrong. He's on his stomach, head turned towards me, eyes closed, but I can see he's trying to breathe, watching the dust stir around his nose. Alpha Lucas, I need you to talk to me. I know you have some kind of don't talk to Sky thing going on, but I need to know where you're hurt. This is an emergency. Push past it, please. Luna, he grumbles. I'll have someone check on her, but I need to know about you. Tell me where you're injured so I can help. I turn my head to the random legs behind me. I need someone to get Luna Ava now! Biddy, talk to us. This shit is heavy. We need to get him out of there. I can't see his whole body yet. I don't want to move him until I know he's completely free of the structure. Get a few more guys to help. Move it slowly. Alpha Lucas, talk to me. I can feel my aura surfacing. I haven't felt it in a while, but I also don't always have control either. Apparently it comes out when I'm super emotional. Where are you injured? We need to get us both out of here. It's too dangerous to stay. The structure creaks again as it lifts higher. A muffled scream comes from the Alpha, and that's when I see it. Stop! Don't move. I need help under here. We have a problem. Cam and Coda crawl under with me, and they both curse at the large plank of wood sticking out of his side. Coda goes to move it. No, don't touch it. If the wound is not bleeding, it's probably the only thing keeping him alive right now. I don't see anything wrong with his legs, so I think we can try to slide him out once we make sure the plank is free from the structure. You need to call for healers. I can't talk to the pack right now. Alpha, this is going to hurt a lot, but we have to move you, okay? I am using every ounce of training I have had with the elite warriors now to give directions to the twins where to hold him, and trying to jostle him as little as possible, we move him out from under the structure and a safe distance away. I can see Gamma Brett wrestling a frantic Luna Ava out of the corner of my eye. When he sees us clear of the structure, he lets her run to us. She drops down onto her knees next to his face, tears streaming down her face. We need to remove it so he can heal. She's shouting at no one in particular. Luna, we have to wait for healers. We don't want to do any more damage. Brett is trying to console her. I don't think anyone else knows what to do or say. Oliver is next to me on one side, Cam and Coda on the other. Sam and Mateo are behind me. I think there is commotion going on around us, but like Luna Ava, I only have eyes for the Alpha. He was always such a big, strong man. His happy presence lit up a room. He is tough but fair and kind. He would always listen more than he would give advice. But right now he seems small, like a fraction of his former self. I reach for his hand and squeeze. He jolts at the contact, but I don't care about whatever spell is on them to not touch me. I hold tighter, letting my aura do its thing. It seems to have a mind of its own anyway. I don't want to mess anything up, so I don't want to try and force him to heal, so I focus more on comforting thoughts, limiting the pain. Luna Ava leans over and lays on his chest, sobbing. I know that through the mate bond you can feel when your mate is in danger or seriously hurt, but I wonder if she can feel his actual pain or just that he's injured. I'm sure it's only been minutes, but it feels like it has taken hours for the healers to get here. They are some of the most intelligent people in our pack. They will be able to save him. He's held on this long. Their knowledge and training is twofold. They have all of the ancient herbs, salves, and potions, and, more than likely, some level of magic training from witches. But they also go to school and train like human doctors because, let's face it, we're more than a little hard on our bodies and not everything can be fixed by sprinkling some leaves on it. They do a quick assessment and get him on a stretcher. As they start to wheel him away, he shouts, "Luna," and grabs both Luna Ava and I and won't let go. We just start to follow the gurney as they wheel it to the ambulance. I don't want to fight him right now. Right now he needs to let these healers work. I have every intention of letting him go when they load him up, but he drags me forward. "Alpha, you have to let me go so they can take care of you." I try to be soothing, but the delay could be terrible for him. "I will come visit soon, okay?" I try again to pry his fingers off of me, looking at the healers who are trying to get him in. He still doesn't let go, so I climb in as they load him in the truck. Luna Ava on the other side. "Luna Ava, I don't know what to do. I can't go with you. They'll never let me go in with you. He needs to let me go so they can heal him." "He'll never let you go, sweet girl. Let's go." She doesn't look at any of us, but the healers close the door on my guys and Lil, and we are rushed off to the hospital. "Lil, let the team know what's going on and the borders need to be double-checked. The Alpha, in this condition, is bad for the pack. Have someone contact Elena as well. She might have some tools our healers don't, and Osiston needs to let Alpha Reggie know if we can get a message past whatever stupid barrier is up." "On it, boss. I'll get Nathaniel and Gina to get eyes in the air and check the perimeter cams." "Thank you. I'll check in as soon as I can, and we can debrief at the house later." His eyes are closed the whole way to the hospital and his breathing is labored, but his grip is strong and steady. I just focus any healing energy towards him. I have no idea what I'm doing, but I figure the intention is what matters. We get to the hospital and unload him, none of us fighting the grip he has on Luna Ava and I anymore. He's wheeled into a room and they get to work removing his clothes and assessing any external damage quickly. I move back near his head, taking his arm as far as I can with me, without stretching the muscle around the massive piece of wood in the wound. "Alpha, we need to remove this wood. Now you need to release your hold on the Luna and Beta. I promise they will be here when you return." An older healer is using her most patient mom voice. I tried to pry his fingers again. He fights, but eventually lets me go. Then Luna Ave leans forward to give him a gentle kiss, and he finally lets her go too. The healers use this opportunity to rush him out of the room and to surgery, I assume. Luna Ava sinks into a chair in the corner. She looks so sad and broken, but I probably would be too if it was my mate in danger. And there was literally nothing I could do to help. I walk next to her and wrap her up in my arms. She buries her face in my stomach and holds me tight around the waist. She's not crying, though. I'm not sure if that's because she is focusing on staying calm for him, since they can feel each other through the bond, or if she's coming to terms with the worst possible outcome. I don't say anything. If she needs to talk to me, she will. This time it was hours before a healer came back into the room. Someone brought in a small cot for the Luna to lay on and rest, and she insisted that I sit with her. She has kept contact with me since I hugged her. She seems to be as reluctant to let me go as the Alpha was. When the healer enters, we both sit up straight, listening intently. The Alpha is out of surgery now. When they are done dressing his wounds, they will bring him back in here for you to sit with him. It would be best if you stayed while he heals. It will make it progress more quickly. The young Alphas and a few others have been asking to see you for an update. What would you like me to tell them? Cameron and Dakota can come back. They need to see their dad. You can tell the rest he's out of surgery, and I will update them all soon. I can go talk to them, Luna. I need to update my team and make sure we have security set. No, you need to be here when he comes back. You promised you would be here. He needs to see you as much, maybe more, than the boys. I just nod. I don't agree with her, but I don't want to argue with her either when she's like this. The last time I was in a room with the four of them, I was called a traitor and accused of all kinds of things. I really don't want to repeat. I stay by the Luna as they wheel in the Alpha, fast asleep on his bed. At least he has color to him now, and with the drape of the blankets, you would never know what he just went through looking at him. He just looks peacefully asleep. Luna Ava doesn't move from her chair right away. She just sits and stares. I really wish I knew what was going on in her mind. The twins walk in soon after, and I can hear Kaylee's high-pitched squeals from the hallway. A Luna needs to be with her alphas at a time like this. Get your hands off me and let me through, I will have you know. Dakota slams the door shut and takes a deep breath. When he turns around, he avoids eye contact with me and stands next to Cam on the other side of the bed. They both look sad and lost, like the little boys I used to know. What did they say, Mom? Cam finally asks after a long silence. Nothing yet. We were waiting on you. He's here and alive, and that's the most I know. She finally stands and walks to them, wrapping them each in an arm. They both tuck their heads into a side of her neck, and I wish I could take a picture of the moment, even though it is not an ideal situation. This moment is special and precious. These massive guys lean into their mother, who's at least a foot shorter than them, for comfort. The lead healer walks in and looks around the room at all of us. I lower my head and make myself as small as possible back by the cot Luna and I were just sitting in. You can speak. Everyone here is family. My head shoots up at the Luna's words, but I don't get to question them when the healer starts to speak. There was a significant amount of damage from the wood. The Alpha's entire oblique muscle on his left side will more than likely have permanent damage. Splinters also pierced his kidney, part of his liver, the lower lobe of his lung, and his intestines. He has a lot of healing to do, and after, I don't recommend he remains in the Alpha position. You boys should prepare yourselves. She gives the twins a serious look. This is not a suggestion. For now he is stable and we are monitoring him hourly. He has not opened his eyes yet, but I believe he will when he's ready. Let us know if anything happens or changes. She looks each of us in the eyes, then turns and leaves, taking the buffer of her neutral presence with her. I stayed against the wall next to the cot, wishing it was on the wall closest to the door, not the furthest. I just want to leave. My chest still hurts, and I know it's not from the fight with the Alpha or being thrown by him, it's from seeing them. I don't know why the Luna wants me here. This just isn't my place. I take a deep, slow breath and steel myself to just move towards the door. It won't go unnoticed, and it will be super awkward. I turn and start walking. Skylar McCain, stop right there. You will stay in this room until the Alpha wakes up. He needs you. Why? I ask, still facing the door. My voice is more confident than I expected. I have a team to organize and patrols to work out. I need to coordinate with Delta Kyle, and I am going to be bombarded with questions from people in the waiting room. Please let me do my job. Your job is here right now, and you can organize everything from this room. Don't run away from us. She doesn't sound angry or sad. She sounds hollow, all business. Now I am angry. It licks up my insides like a flame, and I see red. My wolf is letting her anger seep into mine as well. She has felt just as betrayed as I have. Wolves are pack animals. They need their pack, and she was just as betrayed by them as I was. This woman has been like my mother for a very long time, but when push came to shove, it was not me she chose to protect. You have made it very clear where I fall in your list of priorities, Luna. I have not run yet, and I don't intend to. This is my pack, just as much as it is yours. Why would I want to stay in the company of people who openly despise me, think that I'm a traitor, and would sacrifice my pack? I did my duty. My Alpha is safe and protected. I am not needed here. I will send Gamma Brett to stay with you. I think you need to be with someone at all times until the Alpha wakes up. And as we are all aware, no one from the pack is allowed to mind link with me, so I cannot coordinate with anyone while I am here. I turned to leave again, feeling very much like the teenager I never really got to be, but proud for sticking up for myself for once. I love them all, but it's not enough right now. They need to love me the same amount in return. Firm hands grab my shoulders, and I stiffen. He doesn't try to move me, just keeps me from opening the door. I take a breath in, and that's when I noticed it. I can smell Cam's thick citrus smell, but faintly blending with that is her. The smell might be a day or so old, but it's there on his skin. He's been with her. They probably both have. It takes everything for me not to let the tears behind my eyes fall. I took another deep breath, willing them back, and it was a terrible idea. Please stay, Tiny. He wants you here. I shrug his hands off. If you put your hands on me again, I will remove them with the weapons you gifted me. And we have had this conversation before, Cameron. We are not friends. Only my friends get to use nicknames. And get to touch you, apparently. Coda says bitterly. I turn sharply. So we're going to do this now? Fine. Everyone knows you haven't been allowed to touch me, talk to me, or in general come near me. Coda rolls his eyes. It pisses me off. Had sex with Kaylee in the last 2 days? I go directly for the lowest blow and look between the two of them, just staring at me open-mouthed. I don't know what you're talking about. I narrow my eyes. Remember, I can smell the difference between you two. You may dress and act the same for everyone else, but you can't hide from me, Dakota. Do you think I wouldn't smell her all over you? Go be a hypocrite to someone else. They both have the decency to look ashamed, at least. Even the Luna stays silent. None of them explain or defend themselves. I don't break the silence. They can live in this awkward moment forever. I have time, apparently. Skylar, you don't understand. This is so complicated. So many more things are at play here that you realize. Cam, always the placating one. I just laugh. I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole. I don't know if there is some way that Kaylee can listen in on their conversations, but I don't want her knowing we suspect her and her father of this whole fucked-up situation. We still haven't put all the pieces together yet either. I know there is something I am missing. Please stay, just until he wakes up. He wants you here for a reason. Luna Ava is pleading with me, still tucked under Coda's arm. Why am I even considering this? None of them deserve my help or consideration right now. So why can't I just storm out like my logical brain wants me to? I groan. Fine. I need some things so I can work. Some of us do spend every waking minute taking care of this pack, not just pandering to the princess every want and need. If I am in this room, I am his protection detail. No one comes in without my say-so. I still want the Gamma here for the Luna. Beta Daniel can be your go-between to get you guys set up to run the pack. Mateo should begin working as your Beta as well, learning the ropes, since you guys are all being thrust into this sooner than expected. I want 2 of my warriors at the doors to this wing and at the hospital entrance. If you can't handle my demands, then I am leaving. Cam and Coda don't even look at each other before they nod. Whatever you need, Skylar. Cam says, and it sounds so patronizing, but it's what I asked for. I think we are going to need a bigger room. I'll just step out and... You stay put. You do not leave this room until Gamma Bread is with you. No offense, but I don't even want you going to the bathroom alone. This is the perfect time for anyone to try and attack you, and if you get hurt or worse, the shock and pain might kill the alpha. Her hand flies to her mouth. Clearly this is not something any of them considered based on all of their looks. I just roll my eyes. The most efficient way to kill an alpha is to take out the Luna first. This is why I get paid the big bucks and apparently get no sleep. You aren't my first Luna detail, and it can get pretty bad. I would like to avoid the worst possible scenarios. I rub my eyes. Are you going to get everyone set, or should I figure that out? Gamma Brett is on his way, and Beta Daniel is out in the lobby waiting for orders from the boys. Luna Ava chimes in. What else do you need? I will contact my team and they can coordinate with Delta Kyle and get warriors on the doors. I also would like Lenny here in the hospital to prepare food for all of you. She's the only one I trust, and having her here will make it easier to protect her. Have Beta Daniel go and get her. Everyone close to you will need to be protected from whatever the fuck you all got yourselves into. I am not holding back my absolute irritation anymore, I guess. I am also a masochist, and I want to see if they put a warrior on Kaylee. All right, shit just continues to go down. I'm stuck at the hospital until the alpha wakes up, or until I can find a legitimate reason to just walk out. This is what I need. I go through what I need from my team. They help me fill in any blanks and get a solid plan set. They divvy up and take on tasks like we always do on a mission. This well-oiled machine just operates, and I couldn't be more thankful for all of them, just going with everything that has been thrown at them since we got here. You are too fucking nice. I would have punched them both in the teeth. So, helpful, Lil. Elena said to go with my gut, and I am. Let me know when everyone is set. I also have Lenny coming to the hospital to keep her safe, and so she can take care of the Alpha family personally. You guys are out of luck for prepared meals for a little while. I would also like a laptop with all your best access, Nathaniel. I'm going to need to have something to do while I am stuck here, or I might bust some heads. I might as well be on surveillance duty. Of course they all laugh at me. I'm usually too antsy to do the sit-down surveillance stuff. This is going to suck. I'll sneak you in some whiskey, Midge. That will take the edge off. Or make me more violent. I appreciate the thought, Wyatt. So, does that mean the birthday barbecue is off? Gina asks. I guess, unless I get some kind of get-out-of-jail card, I'm stuck here, and we are all on mission right now. So it's not great timing. On it! Wait, Lil, what does that answer mean? Fuckers. I go back to sitting on the cot and lean my back up against the wall, pull my knees up to my chest, and just stare at the Alpha. The three of them want me here. Fine, but I don't have to play nice and friendly. I want to link Sam and Oliver, but the twins don't know that I can yet, and I don't want to slip them information they shouldn't or wouldn't know. They do deserve an update from me, though. I rub my hands over my face. I have to play this right, and to do that I need to know what kind of hold Kaylee and Kevin really have on them, but I don't know if these three will be able to tell me anything anyway. I decide to let Oliver and Sam know what's going on, but make sure they know they can't interfere unless they get directions from the twins, Luna, or their dads. Naturally, they were both pissed. My team is organizing. I decided to start a conversation. Luna Ava has pulled up a chair next to the Alpha and is holding his hand and stroking his cheek. The way she looks at him is so amazing. I know it isn't just the mate bond pulling her towards him. They are so in love, it makes me jealous. I can't wait for someone to look at me like that. What is the status of the Gamma and Lenny? My warriors are in place and haven't seen them yet. I don't take my eyes off the Alpha. Gamma, Brett just got here with her. There was a complication at the pack house. Cam says, "What did Kaylee want? Access to your rooms at the pack house or access to the hospital?" I say in a bored tone. Nothing she does surprises me anymore. Here. Dakota huffs out and scratches the back of his neck. Look, I don't care what choices you have made. I have no control over you or have any right to make requests of you. But if she is here, then I will not be, period. Skylar, Cam pleads. But before he can continue, Gamma, Brett, and Oliver walk in the door. What are you doing here? Again, not holding anything back, I stare past the Gamma and at my trouble-making friend. Dad said everyone close to the Alphas needed a protection detail. I am here for you. He gives me that half smirk and a wink that tells me I am not going to win this argument, but he really wants me to try. Then he saunters over and sits right next to me, close enough for every inch of my left side to touch his right. I also caught Lil on the way in, and she said to give you this. He hands me a backpack, and now I know I'm in for trouble. I can guarantee she told him about our conversation, and they are conspiring together. He just smiles wider as I take it. I open it slowly. I'm almost afraid of what I will find. Lil has been known to pack some prank stuff on missions, especially if it's long and drawn out like this one. Gamma, Brett, we are going to need a bigger room if all of us are going to be here with the Alpha. Do you know if the hospital has a space that can house us all? The Luna asks. Not off the top of my head. I'll go ask. He thumbs over his shoulder and starts to head towards the door. I'll come with you. I need to stretch my legs. She jumps up from her chair. Boys, let me know if anything, and I mean anything, changes while I am gone. The twins nod. I pull out my laptop and set it next to me, ignoring the surge of testosterone in the room. That at least I was expecting. Then a change of clothes and basic toiletries. That had to be Gina. The next is a little velvet bag. I look at Oliver with an eyebrow raised. He just stares back. He knows what this is, but won't give anything away. I pull the drawstring open and peer inside. It's the twins' bracelets, one with a blue thread and one with a green thread woven into it. You sure you can tell them apart, Biddy? That's a stupid question, Gamma. It's now or never then. You may not get another uninterrupted time with both of them. You set me up. Who else? Besides, I don't know if they will fight you in here. No one is watching. They don't have to put on a show. I look at him curiously and then just nod. I take both bracelets out and take a deep breath, then stand. As I look over at the twins, they are watching Oliver and I curiously, and I try to think about what we might look like from the outside. I guess I can see what Gina and Lil were saying about it not being a surprise if we are mates. We are really close, but I also thought I was close to the twins and Sam too, so who knows what rumors are flying around anymore. I walk over to them and pull Luna Ava's chair so I'm sitting in front of both of them. Oliver is right behind me. I know to pull me out of the way if they start to thrash like Mateo did. They say nothing, but look a mix between terrified and confused, blue and green eyes scrutinizing every movement I make. I hold up the bracelets. I made these for you. I made them for all you guys. I point at Oliver, who shows his. I'm not going to lie to you, because I think that has been done enough. They do have magic attached to them, but it is for your protection. I hope that you take them willingly, but I will force you if I have to. They both just continue to stare at me. I will not beg and plead. They have about 30 seconds before I move, and I know Oliver will back me up. They were warned and should know better than to test me. Skylar, please don't do this. You don't know what you're asking. Cam starts. I hold up my hand. Easy way or hard way, that's all I need to know. Sky, we can't. If you are trying to use magic, then you know we can't. You know what's happening. Coda tries. 3, 2, 1. I count down, then I toss the bracelets up and spring forward. Slide between their chairs and pin a wrist each to the arm of the chair. Oliver slides Coda's on first and then struggles with Cam's, who's moving his fingers wildly at my touch. I start the incantation. The second Cam's bracelet crosses his fingers. They are both struggling and grunting. Oliver is putting all of his weight into Coda's chair, holding him down and sliding us completely into the corner and smashing me between the thin, sharp plastic. I cry out, but don't stop the incantation. Oliver looks at me worried. I just shake my head. We can't worry about me right now. I will heal. They need the focus right now. I can't let go of their arms, but I have enough magic flowing now to keep Cam in his seat, although he is doing a good job fighting me. Repeat it, please. Talk to Oliver if you can't talk directly to me, but say the words, please. I growl out between clenched teeth. I have started to sweat and feel really nauseous. Dakota gets the words out, and we all start to vibrate. I have chills running through my whole body. Every time Cam opens his mouth, he seems to choke on his words. I cried out this time. Cameron, please. Another sob racks through my body. Do this for me, please. I dig my nails in his arm, holding on for dear life. He finally whispers the words, and the searing pain is worse than when Kaylee put silver in my whip wounds. Just like then, I throw up everything in my stomach, which isn't much, thanks to skipping lunch during the drama with the alpha. But my stomach doesn't get the memo, and I continue to dry heave. My hands are molded to the twins' arms. I couldn't let go if someone tried to rip my hands off. Both twins heave forward, dragging me with them. All of us hit the floor on our knees, then a black mist starts to pull from their mouths, like a demon leaving their bodies. It swirls up and away from us. I don't know how long this goes on for, but I can feel my energy being forcefully drained out of me, through my hands and into their arms. Then all noise stops. It's like being in a decompression chamber, heavy and disconcerting, while also being comfortable. I have a kind of out-of-body experience as I feel my sweaty fingers peel off the twins and my body starts to slump forward. I know it's happening, but have no control over my body to stop the movement that's happening. Then everything goes black. I hear that incessant beeping. Why am I always waking up to beeping? What the fuck? I mumble and my tongue feels like sandpaper. I need water. I smell honey, which is expected, but then citrus and cinnamon too. I take another deep inhale and instantly feel my body relax and my mind clear. I blink my eyes open, but I'm sluggish. My body doesn't want to move. I'm sitting on the cot, my back against a pillow, and my head is on a shoulder. Cam is on my right, leaning into me. Oliver on my left, as my pillow and Coda is on the floor, his head tilted back on a pillow in front of my knees. I smile at the déjà vu. I look ahead and see Alpha Lucas is still asleep where we left him yesterday. I scan across the room, my warrior senses telling me I'm being watched, which is probably what woke me up, and see Luna Ava looking at us intently. Gamma Brett standing close to her, arms crossed, leaning on the wall. I can't read his face at all. A glass of water appears in front of my face, blocking my view for a second and breaking the staring contest we were having. Drink, Biddy, and then you can tell all of us what the hell that was, because that was the scariest fucking thing I have ever seen. That was worse than finding you in the locker room, half dead. I feel Cam stiffen next to me. Did he not know that? Or does he just not like that Oliver got to me? I don't remember a thing about who was there that night. Coda takes a deep breath in and sits up stiffly, rolling his head on his shoulders. Oliver places the cup at my lips, and I take a long pull of water and close my eyes to savor the cool sensation on my tongue. It feels like I haven't had a drink in a week. I take another, partly to stall. When I open my eyes again, there are 5 sets looking back at me. I don't know what that was. Nothing like that happened with the rest of them. I wave my heavy hand, gesturing towards Oliver. How many times have you done that? Gamma Brett asks. Used magic, I mean. A lot. Yep, super intelligent right now. Did you know that was going to happen? He points up and my jaw drops. There in the center of the ceiling is a huge black burn mark about 8 feet in diameter. No, I scoff. Again, nothing like this happened with anyone else. I thought it might have been more intense because it was the 2 of them together. That's all. I go to sit up, but I can't move my body. What's wrong with me? I ask. I feel like I got hit by a bus and then backed over a couple of times. Whatever you did took a lot of energy. Your lips went blue again. I'm really over that look on you, by the way. Then you collapsed and they couldn't get up for a while, but didn't pass out. He points to the twins. Before you ask, you've been out for about 12 hours. What do you think that is? I ask him like no one else is in the room. He has been helping me with my magic and seems to understand it better than I do. My real theory? I nod. I think it's whatever has been possessing these douchebags. I think your spell was stronger than the one placed on them, but there wasn't room for both, and you literally ripped it out of them, and it is currently hanging over our heads like a big black cloud stuck to the ceiling. I look back up at the mark. I don't feel any magic radiating off of it, but that doesn't mean it's not there. Just another thing to ask Elena about. I don't feel any magic in the room at all. I would think that I should be able to feel the presence on Alpha Lucas now that I can focus on him. You want to explain this too, Smalls? Coda holds up his wrist. Or am I not allowed to call you that anymore? Let's work back to the nicknames. The indecisiveness you both have about being friends with me has given me emotional whiplash. The tattoos seem to be an addition to the spell, but only for you 5. I got a matching one too. I hold up my wrist, showing the cuff I now have with a crescent moon layer as the outer edges, quarter moon bands just inside that, then half moon bands with a full moon band in the center. As I look at mine, the moons get progressively bigger, like the full moons are closer to me. None of the warriors got a tattoo to go with their protection bracelet. How many times have you done this spell? A lot, actually, and what happened last night was insane. I need to see the Alpha. Somebody help me up. Hold up. You saved everyone else before us? You don't want to pick that fight, Dakota. Oliver says, standing next to me, giving me his hand. The hell I don't! Why would you come for us last? Is he serious right now? Let me check your dad first, and I will tell you why you two are the low men on my totem pole. I take Oliver's hand and stumble a bit. Cameron catches my other arm. I am really messed up. These healing abilities of mine really need to come into play right now? That's it. What? I think I know why I feel like shot at least. I think my healing powers were siphoned off to get rid of whatever that shot is. I point at the ceiling. I'm probably healing normally now. Luna Ava looks over at the twins. Boys, I need to talk to Skylar now, alone. She holds up a hand before they can protest. Brett, Oliver, you too. Go now, please, but stay close. Do not wander. Skylar is right and we're all safest here right now. Oliver and Cam, don't let go right away. I'll be okay. Just stay close so I can sense you. I don't look at either of them. I was talking to Oliver, but that would probably start another argument. I shift, so I am standing on my own 2 feet. I just feel weak. Everything is achy and I want to sleep, but I need to hear what she has to say. She's got to give me something, fill in some gaps, right? Reluctantly, the twins let their gammas push them out the door. Luna, we will be right here. I want to know if anything happens. Gamma Brett pins her with a stare. Of course. She waits until the door is closed, then walks over and wraps me in a hug. I am so sorry, sweet girl. None of this was supposed to happen. I don't return it, but I don't pull away either. I need answers. Now. I think Lucas should tell you. Huh? She walks me next to him and his eyes are open. When the hell did that happen? I ask, shocked. And while you were all sleeping, there is a lot to tell you and not a lot of time. Your gamma is not going to leave you alone for long, especially while you are still vulnerable. I'm surprised Brett was able to get him to walk out the door. What do you mean, my gamma? Skylar, sweetheart, we've known for a while that you are our next Luna. I don't know why you don't see it. The fuck? How do you know? No one knows until the twins find their mate. There are a lot of reasons. It's not important right this second. Just know that you are, and your troubles aren't over. Now, you need to know that Kevin is dangerous, more dangerous than we ever realized. She looks down at the alpha. He grabs my hand. His is cold and clammy, now what you would expect for a big, strong alpha. You have to understand that they took my family, my whole world, and I had to get them back at any cost. I was young and desperate. I didn't have the strength that you do to fight and push through my troubles. I sought the easiest way to save them. He's talking in riddles. Save who? What are you talking about? I'm so frustrated and tired right now. They took my Luna. They took her when she was pregnant with the boys. My whole world was just gone. They were hidden, and no one was able to track them, and I couldn't sense her, but I knew she wasn't dead. We thought it might be magic, so I found a witch who was willing to help me for a price. Wait, someone took you? I couldn't help myself. She just nods. Did they hurt you? Hurt the twins? I mentally smack myself. Stop interrupting and stop caring. Just listen. No, I wasn't hurt, but they threatened to unless Lucas gave them what they wanted. They wanted full control of my pack, and I couldn't let that happen, but I couldn't let them hurt my Luna either. This witch, Adrielle, helped me find my family, but her price was our daughter. What? Just listen. When we had a daughter, she had some premonition that she wanted us to force a mate bond with her son. I thought I could outsmart her. We knew we were having 2 boys and she didn't want them, so I agreed, thinking we just would not have any more kids, which tore us both up, but we had to do what was necessary to save our pack. She said our daughter would be special, get her wolf and her abilities very early, and have natural control and leadership over the pack. It was also predicted that once mated, she would gain and give additional abilities to her mate. After I found out about your wolf and saw you with my boys, I started to wonder. Luna Ava cut in. Then Reggie recognized something in you, and odd things kept happening to you and around you. You think getting beat within an inch of my life and left for dead twice was odd? She held her hand up to stop me. I started to wonder if it wasn't our biological daughter, but the daughter that we would gain as Cameron and Dakota's mate and Luna. Anyone with eyes can see you are special and have a special bond with all those boys. But I knew when Oliver came to you that he's your gamma, you are the next Luna. You are what Adrielle wants, and apparently she's not the only one. I have it on good authority that Kevin and Kaylee are working with her. How they met, I don't know, but you know what they have done? You and your team have been smart enough to keep up with them. Kevin wants the power, Kaylee wants the boys, and they have been using more and more magic to gain that. As you found, magic comes at a cost. Right now, I have kept all of the attention on me. Kevin has only placed spells and hexes on me, thinking he can control everyone through me. You can break this cycle. He stares and realization hits. No, there is no way. After everything, you cannot ask that. The magic surrounding me will break. That won't stop what's coming for you, and the pack needs to be ready. Kevin would see the pack fall, hoping to build up from what's left. There won't be anything left. Just promise that you will give Cameron and Dakota a chance. Swear you won't reject them when the mate bond takes effect. I shake my head. Tears are starting to fall. After everything and the stuff with Kaylee, that's a lot to ask. Please. Please. You are my only chance to do right. No one else will be able to go through with it. My heart is breaking and my stomach is in my feet. I'm shaking my head. Please, sweet girl, I have no right to ask you anything, but I am begging you, break this spell. Please. He's crying and Luna is next to me, an arm around my shoulder. She takes my hand and places it on his chest. You can do this. Save us, please. I let out a wail and just cried, but I didn't pull my hand out from under hers. I love you, sweet girl. Take care of my boys. I close my eyes and just pray to the moon goddess to take him and free him. I have no idea what I'm doing, but a warmth surges through my hands and the incessant beeping just flatlines. Luna lets out a cry and collapses on me. The door bangs open. Gamma Brett grabs her. Oliver scoops me up and the twins run to their dad. What happened? They don't need to ask. We all felt it. Alpha Lucas is gone. The new Alpha bond formed immediately. What needed to be done? Gamma Brett said. You know magic was being used against us through the Alpha. He and Ava made a decision, and it's the right one, to save us all. He's holding Ava tightly to his chest while she silently cries. I can't even call her Luna in my mind anymore. Skylar, how are you, honey? That was a lot for your young shoulders to bear. Oliver holds me, sitting on the cot, just stroking my back. Wait, you helped? Dakota sounds broken. Why would you help him do this? He's crying now, not trying to hold anything back. Because he asked me to. I sniffle. It was the only way to break the spell without also killing Ava. He chose to die willingly for her, the two of you and the pack. Kevin's not as smart as he thinks, and he didn't curse all of us. Once the Alpha figured that out, it was just finding the means for him to sacrifice himself, while also making sure you guys could survive. Killing an Alpha's not easy, and Kaylee and her jealousy gave us the opportunity. What do you mean? Cam's still standing by his father's head. His tears are floating in his eyes, unshed. You can't tell me this is a good thing. Kaylee can't get rid of Sky or her effect on this pack, no matter what she does. Sky's legacy runs deep. Kaylee tried to sabotage the trials, which Kevin intended to use to weaken the warriors to harm Skylar. It backfired and hurt Lucas enough that even in her weakened state, Skylar was able to help him pass painlessly to the moon goddess and transfer pack control. With your bracelets, she can't cast anything else on you. Elena made sure of that, and Skylar made sure it's permanent with the branding you all received. Ava sits up and takes a deep breath. I need to contact Alpha Reggie. This is going to be the beginning of a lot of things. The pack will know the boys are Alpha now. We may be able to hold Kevin and Kaylee at bay if we keep the events of Lucas's death quiet. He was injured and had complications from that. We need to get Kevin to reveal how he is getting his magic and using it. I can tell you what he's using. I just can't tell you where it is. My team has been looking for it for a few days. There is a pentagram with a candle designed to burn forever in the center. We have to snuff the candle, but can't cross into the pentagram. Gina and I saw the same thing when Mike had us locked up. If you cross it, your life force powers the spell. We were instructed to take out as many of Mike's guys as possible to weaken the spell. I believe it's part of the issue with Sense too, which means it's been in the pack for a while, at least since our warriors found those Luna's fingers. What do we do? Cam and Coda do that twin tandem talk thing. You lead, Mike is coming, the Rogue King is coming, Alpha Reggie will be here, but he has his own family and pack to protect. You can't rely on him. Now is the time to man up. You don't get another summer. You have to figure it out. Brett is stern like one of my elite instructors. They both just nod. Then Cameron asks, what about Skylar and Kaylee? I growl, my wolf making her presence known. You say my name and hers in the same sentence again, and I will rip your lips off. Wind at, I say. Coda puts his hands up. Got it. We just know she's a problem, and you are usually her go-to target, that's all. I need to check in with my team, and just so we are all clear, they will be brought up to speed on everything. I look at Ava and Brett, letting them know I mean everything. I think you guys should do the same with Mateo and Sam. You need to be on the same page. Ava's right. Mike will come for Gina and I, and he is more than likely the reason we are trapped here with limited outside communication. How do you know it's limited? Cam asks. I glare. I just thought we have done a decent job of keeping that under control. That's all. You both are idiots if you think you or Lucas had any control over the elite warriors that are here. Kevin is even dumber for thinking he could control wolves who aren't in this pack just by controlling the alpha. We have outside orders that supersede anything a pack alpha would or could give us. I have basic outside communication with Osiston and Nicholas on a regular basis from any distance. The last few weeks it's been spotty at best. I have had contact with Elena recently, telling me there is a magic bubble of sorts around our pack. We are the target. We are not the target. You and maybe Gina are the target. Brett says, What do you mean Skylar is the target? Now all three of the boys in the room are speaking together. Skylar is special. We all know it. Mike figured it out. He wants her too. In that instance, you are lucky for the beating you took. He looks at me. He's going to let me dictate how much I tell or confirm to the twins. I need to know if they know I'm supposed to be their mate, but that's a weird question to ask and I don't really care right now. Instead of saying anything, I just nod. I have a few theories, but if you're right and he's here just waiting, he now has the opportunity to strike on the pack. We need to make sure everything is doubled and fortified. Way ahead of you, the Warriors doubled patrols the day we were told about the trials. Being mandatory for all Warriors was kind of a giveaway that they were trying to weaken us. This isn't our first rodeo. I have already replaced the twins, Mateo, Sam, and Oliver in the rotation. If I know my team as well as I think I do, they have replaced my route as well. Alpha Reggie has been updated. Alpha Reggie knows... How does he already know? Cameron asks the room. I told you my reach with the Warriors is far. I have to be 3 steps ahead of my enemy, or I die. What are you guys taught at your camp? To knit? You should have thought of that. He should be here in 3 days. He has a family issue. His daughter and youngest son have been traveling abroad with Osiston's mom and want to come home, but nobody wants that. I stand. I need to pace. I am sad and angry and confused all at the same time. I really need to use the Alf, Lucas's gym. That was always the best place to hit things and think. Well, okay then, since you seem to be large and in charge, what's next, boss lady? Dakota is about to be my next punching bag. I need to go home and debrief my team and we figure out where this fucking pentagram is. We need to move you and your team back into the pack house, Biddy. You can't be on the other side of town. You are too close to the border, too. We've been fine, and being on the border helps with patrols and checking in with Elena, Osiston, and Alpha Reggie. Cameron scrubs his face with his hands. What do you need us to do, since you clearly have thought this through? I agree with Oliver. If you and Gina are targets, you need to be in the center of the pack. We will get the pack house set up to move you and your team in. I roll my eyes at him. I'm just used to odd things happening to me and needing to react. I look right at Ava. She doesn't look away, though. I guess prepare for your dad's celebration, go over everything with the betas. Mike's attack is coming, we need to be ready. Ready to fight and ready for them to hold out. He's crazy and narcissistic, but he is patient. He will wait for us to starve or fight amongst ourselves. That's how he caught me the first time. Whatever you do, keep Oliver with you at all times. I'm sure that's not a hard ask. He mumbles the last part, and I find I'm not angry at the jealousy. It actually gives me a sick satisfaction. And I do want your team in the pack house in the next 48 hours. He pins me with a look, daring me to argue. I'm still pacing in front of Oliver. It's not an unreasonable ask. It's what I would do if the situations were reversed. I just don't want to be there if Kaylee has found a way to move herself back in. If her scent is all over our floor, I may have to move downstairs. Let me talk to my team. We will need a place to set up. Our surveillance is pretty extensive now, and Nathaniel is going to be pissed about having to move it and reset it again. I huff a laugh to myself. You can use my office. I won't be needing it. Ava pins me with a look. She's meddling, trying to force me into a proximity with the twins. Ava, don't do that. It's no better than what Kevin has done with Kaylee. It wasn't my intention. It's yours now, anyway. Use it as you see fit. She looks away from me. I won't let her push me at the twins. Everything they said about being mates may be true, but until I'm 18, it's just theories. I walk over to Lucas. He looks so peaceful, like he's just asleep. His inky black hair, the exact same shade as the twins, is all disheveled, but handsomely so. Even though I can't see them, I can picture his kind blue eyes, the feature he gave to Dakota. I lean forward to kiss him on the forehead. I love you too. I just stayed there for a few moments. No one else talks or tries to interrupt or interject. I take one last inhale of his comforting scent, pressing my forehead to his. I forgive you, Lucas. I stand and walk out of the room, not looking at anyone, and knowing Oliver is going to be a permanent shadow. We head down the hallway, and I'm not really think about who we would come into contact with walking out the front door. I just wanted to check in with the warriors stationed here and make sure they follow Ava and Brett, just in case there is an attack on her for some reason now that Lucas has passed. We pass through the massive double doors out to the waiting area, and a blur of blonde comes running at us. What the fuck were you doing back there? No one is allowed to be back there with the Alpha family while they grieve. She's screeching, and Oliver is at my side in seconds. Skylar was seen because of the sabotage to the obstacle structure as well. Well, damn, Oliver. Just call her out. I like this. I can smell the Alphas. You were near them too. Of course we were, you moron. Lucas was attacked. I am in charge of patrols and security. I needed to meet with the Alphas to verify safety protocols. It feels good to just lash out. This might be a thing I can't stop. How dare you? You are speaking to your future, Luna. Get out of my way! She moves to push me, and I can feel Oliver adjust next to me, but I am too quick for both of them. I grab her arm at the wrist and move in so our noses are almost touching. She gasps. We have had this conversation. You are not my Luna. You never will be, and if you think about touching me, talking to me, or planting evidence to blame me again, I will rip your hair out strand by strand. Are we clear? You psychotic butch! She snarls back and pulls her hand back to slap me, but every move she makes looks like slow motion to me. I shove her away from me and slap her hard enough to hit the floor. I take it back. You touch me again, and I will deliver each and every abuse you have ever bestowed upon me. Then I will rip your hair out strand by strand. I look at the warriors. She goes nowhere near the Alpha family. She is currently a suspect in the attacks on the pack. Make sure everyone knows. Thank the goddess. The elite warriors are made of strong stuff because Kaylee was at least smart enough to not follow Oliver and I. But the minute we were not in her eyesight, she started ripping into him. I mind-linked him to apologize for leaving him with that hot mess. You need to move into the pack house, Biddy. It's important, especially now. Why now? I think we both know why now, but it'll also piss off Cam and Coda if you do it because I asked. I'll think about it. There really is a lot to do, and I'm not the only person to think about. We need to find that pentagram. It is huge. Robbie told us that once you step into it, you become a part of the spell. Your life force literally becomes a part of its power source. At least we know that none of you guys walked through the pentagram, because I think that fighting against my spell might have killed you. Wait, what? You weren't sure and you just experimented on us? We didn't know about the pentagram until after I set you and Sam free. The focus was just releasing you from the Alpha command, really, and keep you from being susceptible to more magical attacks. This is why I don't do more than what I am told to by Elena. There are a few things she says I can play around with, but magic is no joke, and those who wield it have a responsibility. It's kind of scary. You seem to be walking better now? You all healed? And don't lie. I'm okay, still sore, but I didn't get hit by anything but Lucas. I'm surprised he was even able to save me being under the spell. He was ready to kill me when you kissed me. So were the twins. They knew. Knew what? They knew I was going to kiss you. I told them flat out I wanted to see if you could feel it. You have your warrior brand, but it's only partial and you aren't 18, but everything else has happened to you early, so it was a logical question. He shrugs. You're my Luna, and have been for at least 2 years. With all the shut you have been through and the more that I find out, the more I feel like I failed you." He scrubs his hands over his face. "You didn't fail, because you didn't know. I didn't tell anybody because it was my problem to handle. That's what I thought anyway." I shrug. "And you need to keep that Luna stuff to yourself. No joking about it or teasing the twins. I don't know how I feel about the idea. Lucas and Ava mentioned the same thing before he died. I can't wrap my head around that with everything else right now. They called me a traitor when they had evidence that Kaylee was the problem right in front of them, like they couldn't see or hear anything I was actually saying. You're not going to reject them, are you? You are this Pax Luna. We need you. They will pull their heads out of their asses soon enough." "You think they can manage to do that before one of them gets Kaylee pregnant?" He stops and grabs my arm. "What are you talking about? They haven't slept with her since her massive tantrum at the mall when we took you for your birthday forever ago. There's no way they aren't sleeping with her. I could smell her all over them, on Cam's skin. How else would her scent get on him like that?" "Because she's a leech and literally attaches herself to their arms whenever she can. She's been showing up at the pack house every morning, pretending to help Ava. Since you have several warriors housed in all the guest rooms at the pack house, she hasn't been able to convince anyone to let her move back in. I told you they have cut themselves off as much as possible. I think that's how they were fighting the effects of the spell. They only left the pack house when it was absolutely necessary. They dress and act exactly the same, and they both even started to answer to both of their names, just to throw everyone off. I still feel numb, less angry at them, for that infraction anyway." We walked up the steps to the porch of my team's house. They are all waiting inside, pretending to work. None of them have left, wanting to hear what happened after we went to the hospital. "Have you found out anything about this pentagram and candle?" I ask, wanting to see if they'll just not talk about the last day and a half. I am not that lucky. "You have lost your fucking mind, thinking we are going to talk about that bullshit. Were you injured too? Why were you there for so long? What happened to the Alpha? There are rumors everywhere, but nothing is consistent. Start talking now." "I can't talk if you are asking questions, dumbass." "No, I wasn't injured in the obstacle fall. Not really anyway. Lucas pushed me out of the way and took the force of the thing falling on his whole body. So, even possessed, he was able to break through that and save me. Complications from his injuries is why he passed. That's the story we are telling the pack. You all are going to need to sit down for the full story." None of them hesitate to sit down. They don't even question Oliver being here with me. I go through everything that has happened since the collapse of the structure. The only part I leave out is all of the me being mated to the twins stuff. It was a little hard to navigate the prophecy part and keep me out of it, though. I don't want anyone's opinions on the matter, good or bad. I'm sure they all have varying thoughts on how my relationship with the twins has played out over my lifetime, and the very reason we're even staying in this house is because they couldn't acknowledge the truth right in front of them. The next thing is, now that the spell is broken, and we are safe from that, Cameron and Dakota would like us to move back into the pack house. They believe Gina and I are the target for Mike. They gave me 48 hours to convince you all to move our whole operation. Ava said that we could use the Luna's office as our headquarters for surveillance. I wouldn't mind the move again, but those two are going to get their asses beat. Don't try and stop me either. Lil pointed at me like I argued. Hey, get in line. It's kind of long right now. I roll my eyes at her. We spent the rest of the day packing up everything. They didn't hesitate, because it's for our safety. Nathaniel complained about the whole process and gave us each a very specific piece of equipment to be in charge of for the move. He wanted to set up all of the flat surfaces at the pack house first, so the move was quick. The twins said he could do whatever he needed to make it work. They were going to regret making that blanket statement very soon. It took a week to get the pack house ready for my team. We had to adjust and move warriors from the pack house into our house on the border to make space for us. Moving one person at a time was painfully slow, but necessary. We had to get Nathaniel here and set up first, so there was only hours of downtime from surveillance, not days. After several arguments, I also gave up my room on the 3rd floor. I rarely used it when I was here, and I'm not interested in falling back into old habits of all the guys in my personal space all the time. My winning argument was that the whole leadership team needed to be moved into the pack house. The twins could go back to sharing a room, someone could take the spare, the media room could be turned into a room, and then one of them could have my room. They are the leadership, and all the guys are transitioning into their roles right along with the twins. They aren't just here to hang out and sleep on whatever flat surface is available. It's real life now. Thankfully, having Mateo and Sam on my side helped. The twins don't care about Oliver's opinion at the moment, and he and Sam think it's hilarious. Mateo is better at hiding his amusement. My whole team has taken the 2nd floor. Gina, Lil and I are sharing a room as usual, and Wyatt and Nathaniel are sharing, which leaves the largest room for Alpha Reggie and Luna Ann when they get here. A room for Xander, Mina, and Oscar, and 2 rooms for their warriors. Just organizing all the people in this house has been exhausting, and we still can't get a read on the pentagram with our technology, which means we are going to have to do it the old-fashioned way and search each and every house and building in the territory. At least Gina and I have a real idea of the size and scale, so we can strategically choose places to look. We set warriors on the hunt as a part of their patrol duties. We divided the entire pack territory into a grid system on a map hanging in our makeshift war room. Wyatt is leading that project. Nathaniel is basically at everyone's beck and call, but he is focusing on Kevin, who is still missing, and anything happening outside the pack borders. Alpha Reggie should be arriving tonight, so he is using this opportunity to make sure that we can still actually see outside our borders, not just what is shown to use by the magic from the pentagram. It's been 2 days since we have moved back in, and I haven't seen Ava at all. I didn't expect her to be hosting and throwing parties after losing Lucas, but I am worried about her. Gina, Lil and I were talking about her last night and wondering if the mate bond break was worse than she let on at the hospital. I haven't seen Brett either, so I assume or hope that he's with her, helping her process all of this. I have never witnessed a mate bond break, so I don't know what to look for or how to help, and it makes me feel terrible for her, but I also can't focus on that. I have to trust that Brett has her and focus on the Mike and Kevin and Haley problems. We know there is no way Kevin just vanished, but if he's using magic, he could be hiding in plain sight. Kaylee has been less hidden, but she at least took my threat seriously, for now. She walks by the pack house regularly now, but without her little minions, or really any pack members. She just looks ridiculous. Everyone who is still here is a warrior. All of our Omegas, pups and elderly, who shouldn't be fighting, were taken by boat 2 hours down the coast and then driven the long way around to Alpha Reggie's territory. Lenny stayed with a couple other Omegas to work the kitchens for us, but they are all well-trained and can protect themselves. Kaylee, quite literally, has nothing to do. No one is at the school, and she doesn't fight, so we didn't even pretend to put her on a patrol. She would just get someone hurt protecting her. Although, all the warriors are aware of her homing beacon stunt, and I don't think any of them would try to protect her after that level of betrayal. Gina, Lil, and I walk into the kitchen where a buffet-style breakfast awaits us. When I look around and don't see her, I say, I hope Lenny is getting some rest. She has been going at this nonstop for days. I know. She mentioned Mateo's birthday tomorrow, and Sam's is in a couple days too. Lil says, filling a plate. I feel bad. Turning 18 is supposed to be fun and exciting, and none of these guys will get that experience because of this war. Gina follows behind. The problem is, if it wasn't our pack, it would have been someone else's, and they might not have fared as well as we have so far. I just hope Sierra is able to come for Sam's birthday. I still haven't heard from her since she left, and that freaks me out a little. My tornado friend is not one to go dark. I would expect that from either of you, but not her. I just hope these guys can find their mates soon with all of this shot. They need their partners. Even the twins, Lil raises an eyebrow at me. I look away from her. I'm still processing the info Ava and Lucas gave me, and I don't know if I believe it or not. Part of me wants them to find a mate, just to prove everyone wrong so I can move on. Another part of me rages at the idea of anyone else filling that role. I avoid her question and ask my own. Should we do something on Sam's birthday? Xander, Mina, and Oscar will be here, and we can celebrate Oliver and Matteo too. What about Cameron and Dakota? What about them? You are really so angry with them that you would celebrate the rest of the guys' birthdays and not theirs. Gina scoffs. Yes. No? Maybe. But I figure now that they are alphas, it would probably be a whole pack thing anyway. I shrug. No, I don't think anyone deserves to have their birthday completely looked over and avoided. It was done to me for far too long that I couldn't inflict that on anyone, not even the twins. But I am sure as hell not going to be the one to suggest or plan anything. That they don't deserve. We head out to the patio to eat. It's really weird to actually have time together. Not running patrols and training is just strange. We still have a full day, though. We decided that the school is going to be our next area to search since Kevin had unlimited access and there is plenty of space to easily hide something the size of the pentagram. Just as we were washing up, there was a bang at the front door. We all jumped and ran. "Honey, I'm home! Sierra!" I ran straight into her arms. "Sam is going to lose his mind when he sees you. Where have you been?" I slap her on the shoulder. "That is a long story that requires drinks, but I think I have something that will help you." She steps aside and I feel the air change in temperature. "Elena," I walk straight into her calming embrace. She just has a way of making me feel like everything is right in the world, even when everything around me is starting to resemble a dumpster fire. "Finally, girlie. It has been too long, and I'm afraid you have suffered." She holds me at arm's length and takes a full perusal of me. "You have overexerted yourself, that is for sure, which is to be expected when doing magic without guidance. First things first, do you have a bracelet for Sierra here?" I nod. I made one for her with a yellow strand from the bracelet she got me with the guys. I have actually carried hers with me every day, like a talisman, waiting for the day I could give it to her because it would mean she was here with me. I fish it out of my cargo pocket. "Excellent, let's take this outside." Sierra, Lil, Gina, and I all turn to go out onto the patio behind the kitchen. We set up facing each other, and I slip the bracelet on her wrist and hold her hand. This time when I work the spell, there is no anxiety surrounding it. The spell is actually comfortable and warm. I don't know if that is because it's Sierra, and that is just what she has always been for me, or if it's because Elena is here with me. The biggest difference is the closing of the spell. Sierra repeats the incantation back to me, but Elena added some words that I've never heard or read before. Anam Kara. She doesn't explain, just watches as the tattoo forms on our wrists. It's a thin double band around her wrist which frames the moon cycle tattoos from the boys. She's my outer layer. The first line of protection right next to Sam. I am curious how you managed to make the spell permanent on your skin, though. That is an interesting touch, and I fully approve. It's a nice backup if your bracelets break. I was kinda hoping you could tell me about that. It only happened with my pack members and Sierra. I thought it was a pack thing until right now, like maybe the warrior brand was the equivalent for my team. Really? Nothing happened with your team members? No, or any of the other elite warriors I have been able to get bracelets on. The spell doesn't exhaust me, but I am tired after doing 4 or 5 of them in a row, so it's taking time getting them all done. I told you magic has its cost. Most of the time it is your energy, so you must really think through your spells and choose carefully and wisely. Wisely. Gina, let me see your warrior brand, please. She holds her hand out expectantly. Jaina walks forward and holds her wrist out. The little crescent shape on the inside of her wrist looks just like it always did to me. The opening of the shape towards her elbow and the tribal-looking markings filling the center are softer than the ones in mine. Then I noticed it. Why does yours look angry? It has a red tint around all the edges, like the tattoos is fresh. I step forward and touch her brand. I don't remember them having any color before. Lil, let me see yours. Lil shows me hers and it also has the red tint. What the hell is that? I look at Elena. I have a theory. but let's give it a couple days and see what comes of it. Next line of business will be this barrier that is up, but I think you should go greet your king. He just arrived. I didn't even hesitate. I pushed past the girls and rushed back through the house and to the front door. Alpha Reggie was barely out of the truck when I jumped at him, wrapping my arms around his neck and making a poor attempt to wrap my short legs around his waist. Umph! Hello to you too, little one. I have missed you. He hugs me back and then sets me down so I can hug Luna Ann. What, no jumping hug for me too? I laugh. Give me a couple seconds to run to the porch and I can fix that. Nope, I'm good just like this. Thank you very much. How are you? Really? Not great, but there isn't a whole lot in my control right now, which sucks the most. Little one. A second oversized SUV pulls up with Nicholas and Osiston in the front seats. I don't know if I have smiled this much ever. I am so excited to see all of them, I might actually cry. I walk to each of them, though, letting them pick me up and hug me like a little doll. With them, it's the only time I don't mind feeling like a little girl being protected, and I don't know why, but it feels so great. I don't care. The back doors open and Mina climbs out, and my eyes almost pop out of my head. No way. Are you serious? I walk up to her very small but obvious baby bump. She nods and gives me a hug. Don't be mad, but we are only here for Lucas's celebration, and then Xander and Oscar want me back at the castle for obvious reasons. Oh, goddess, no. I could not be mad about that. This is so great. I'm going to be an auntie. I clap my hands and bounce up and down with her. Hey, stop stirring up our kid. Xander walks around the truck. Oh, shut up. I reach up to hug him too, then Oscar. Okay, come inside. We need to get everyone set up, and then my team has work to do. The guys are all out working on things, but they should all be back for dinner. I haven't seen Ava since the hospital. I look over my shoulder at Luna Ann. I think Brett is with her. We haven't seen him either, but Lenny assures me she's been taking them food. Things have changed a bit since you all were here last. Alpha Reggie, you and Luna Ann will be in the same room as last time. Xander, Oscar, and Mina will be in Xander's room from last time. Nicholas and Osiston, you can have the last 2 rooms on the 2nd floor, and the rest of the warriors with you can stay at the house at the end of the block. If that's okay with you, Alpha Reggie. I look over my shoulder, just now realizing I gave instructions to people who are authorities over me. I like your plan, little one. He chuckles. When we get settled, would you have time to show me your war room and we can get started filling you in on our own adventures? Of course.